Welcome to Critical Thinking with Miller's Minions. Today, I, Elsie, will be reviewing Greyer's driving and the general teenage experience. In ancient Rome, a boy was ready to become a man when he first grew his beard long and thick enough to be shaved. At this time, his family would hold a public ceremony where he would remove his bulla, a protective locket given to him in infancy, and don a white toga, symbolizing his entrance to adult society. In the Sonoramawe tribe of the Brazilian Amazon, groups of bull ants are sedated, collected, and placed inside a pair of leather gloves. Young men are then required to place their hands inside the gloves, allowing the ants to sting them for 20 minutes, after which they are considered adults. The people, not the ants. Throughout time and culture, there are many markers of adulthood, maturity, and independence. However, for the Nova Scotian teenager, there are a few rites of passage so monumentally important as acquiring a driver's license. Greyer got his license at the end of June. Since then, save for August, well, he was out of the country, I have spent my free evenings, weekends, or whenever I manage to get up to Inverness, cruising around in his passenger seat. Greyer doesn't like air conditioning. This is good, as I feel much the same way. So we drive with the windows down. This is becoming a problem for two reasons. The first, that my hair is long enough now to blow into my mouth, and the second, that October's pretty chilly. Nonetheless, there are few better places to be on a Saturday evening than somewhere around Deepdale, listening to Greyer singing along to a Tyler Childers song, loud enough for half of Inverness County to hear. Our drives rarely take us anywhere in particular. Sometimes we end up on an old dirt road behind the Broad Cove Chapel, other days in a neighborhood where an old friend used to live, or even just pulled over somewhere where we can watch the sunset over the ocean. There's no discussion over the turns we take, at least not the ones on the road. Our conversation is saved for much more important matters about how far is too far for university, and whether or not that girl is really into me, or whether that friendship should just be given up on. These are the discussions that we have the freedom for, with a pizza in a parking lot, away from our parents and siblings. Somewhere along Route 19, this is the most independence, the most control we've ever had, and the most risk we've ever been able to take. There's an important distinction to be made between impulsivity and risk-taking. An impulsive decision is made without regard for consequences, without much thought at all. Like a child who stuffs a handful of puddle in their mouth because it looks like it might taste good. A risky decision is often very well thought out. The possibility of a negative outcome is brought up, weighed, and then subsequently deemed worth the potential reward. It's this type of choice that the teenage species is particularly fond of. So, why is this? As a teenager, the many skills and habits formed during a person's younger years are pruned and refined to optimize the pathways that will be used in adulthood. If childhood is grabbing every half-decent pair of jeans in a department store, adolescence is the time spent in the fitting room. This process is greatly aided by a neurotransmitter known as dopamine, to which the teenage brain is especially sensitive. Dopamine is often referred to as the feel-good chemical, and though it does produce a pleasant sensation, its full purpose is much more complex than that. Dopamine is vital for learning and motivation, and also plays an important role in habit formation. When the brain recognizes an action as beneficial, it releases dopamine, telling the person whose head it is in to do that again. This effect is amplified when a reward is unexpected or uncertain, which, simply put, is why it feels so good to step out of your comfort zone and take a risk. Or so I've heard. Somehow, that urge seems to have skipped me. I got my learner's license last July. And while I've been eligible for my full license for a few months now, I still haven't taken my road test. It's not that I'm a bad driver, but I don't yet feel ready for the kind of control that comes with making those choices alone. I don't feel ready for the responsibility of it, of making decisions that affect my life or the life of others in such a substantial way. I know I don't have much of a choice. This is the sort of independence I won't be able to avoid much longer. I'm already being asked to make these kind of decisions, whether I like it or not. There's only so long before I reach a crossroads. Still, for as long as I can be, I'm happy to stay in the passenger seat. I'm happy to make decisions about little things, to pick the music and let my voice and my thoughts and Grayer's voice drown out everything else. I'm happy to not have to steer. I know it won't last forever, and eventually I will need the ability to get farther than this island, to take the risks necessary to succeed. But right now, although both can be a little fast, and often without much discernible direction, I give Grayer's driving and the general teenage experience 4 stars. Thank you for listening to Critical Thinking with Miller's Minions.